What's up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 of the most useful tips I have ever learned inside of Premiere Pro. And for a bit of context here, right? When I started out my video editing journey, I was initially using CapCut. Please don't judge me. But on the side, my side piece was Premiere Pro. The reason I yo-yoed between Premiere Pro and CapCut was because Premiere Pro was so fucking difficult for me to understand. I was sat like what felt like at the foot of the mountain, and I was like, I am never going to understand this. There's buttons everywhere, there's qualities everywhere that I don't understand. It's like rocket science. But then I sat down, locked in, and just honestly dedicated like a week to understanding Premiere Pro and making it like second nature. And these are 3 of the most time-saving, valuable tips and tricks that I learned along the way, which, by the way, I had to figure out myself because I couldn't find YouTube tutorials on them. So I'm going to get into it. The first one we are going to get into is probably the best, and it's how to auto-detect color in your timeline. So if you're using, I use Sony, so I'm going to keep referring to things as S-Log. If you shoot all of your video in S-Log, and then you put it into your timeline, you're probably sat there like, oh my God, this is going to take me ages to convert, whatever. Wrong. It doesn't have to. I'm going to swap to the screen, we can follow along here. If you go to File, Project Settings, Color, you can then get this tick button down here, which says Color Manage Auto Detect Log and Raw Media. With that checked, whenever I put a raw file into the timeline, it will auto detect that it is log, and it will do this. So this is a piece of log footage. It's a time lapse. As you can see, it's gray. Usually what I would do at the very beginning was I would put it in, then I would try and convert it to Rec 709, and honestly my head was fried. With auto detecting the footage on, look what happens when I drag this into the timeline. It has simply detected that it is log footage, and it has turned it into Rec 709, and I haven't had to do anything. It was one button I clicked, and now forever it will auto-detect log footage. So that saved me hours, and honestly, when I figured that out, I was like, wow, my life has changed for the better. I can actually now begin working properly. And fun fact, I avoided log for so long because I didn't know how to color grade it, and this completely changed everything for me. The second thing that we are going to go into here is keyboard shortcuts. So if you're not familiar with keyboard shortcuts and you're just using all of the little whatever the pre-saved keyboard settings are inside of Premiere Pro, I'm going to give you a little cheat code here. If you go up to Premiere, top left, keyboard shortcuts, this screen is going to open in front of you. And why this screen is so good is because you can take any letter, you can unassign its current shortcut, and you can reassign it with what works for you and your workflow. So for me, the number 1 keyboard shortcut that I could possibly give you is D, which is add edit. So instead of going C to cut clips and V to then go back to the mouse, I just press D at wherever I am on the timeline, and it splits the clip. That is honestly one of the most time-saving things. And I know it seems really surface level, but what do you do more than anything else when you're editing videos? You cut clips. So D has saved me hours in this instance. You can obviously then change other things. You could ripple trim forward, extend selected. Like, you can do anything with these, but just for the sake of the video, I'm telling you my favorite one. And listen, now that you know it's there, go crazy, do whatever you need to do. And now third, this is one of the trickiest ones because it's a habit. It's super easy for you to actually do, but it's a hard habit for you to get into. That is file organization. When I first started using Premiere Pro, I would create a new project and I would just dump stuff in it. Sequence after sequence, video after video, you name it. It was all just in one huge bin. And when I needed to find stuff, I couldn't. So what I do now is I create files. This is very basic, by the way. Like, this isn't revolutionary. Everyone should be doing this, but you will not be doing it. I can guarantee it. You'd have audio file folders, and then inside of that, you'd have sound effects, interview audios, because you record the audio separate to the video. Music, you'd have client B-roll, for example. This is just an example idea. A-cam footage, so on the FX6. B-cam footage, the FX3. Drone footage. Now, if I'm working inside of this example YouTube project, I can just draw footage from wherever I need to be. As an example of this, last year when we were in Ibiza, I did exactly this, but what I did a step extra, and I time-stamped it all. So I would have the date, and then I would have between 6 a.m. and lunch, or it would be event day 1, talk 2, and I would have all of these categorized. So if I needed to make edits, I could just go search what I want, and then all of the footage that I need would be inside that folder. And I can't stress enough, if you can be organized with your files, believe me, I was very unorganized at the beginning, organized with your files, you can utilize keyboard shortcuts and optimize that for your workflow. And with the color auto detect, you will be able to get through so much more work inside of Premiere Pro than you ever dreamt of. And yes, there is still a lot to learn inside of Premiere Pro, but if you can just do the basics really, really well, you can then begin to layer on the more complex sides as well. And I will go into it in another video, but for today, if you are a beginner or you are just looking for something to edit videos faster on and get higher quality output, Premiere Pro is the one for you. And implement these 3 things into your workflow and you will be laughing, my friend. If you found this video helpful, be sure to drop a subscribe below. Join the mailing list so you never miss out on a YouTube video or any sort of giveaway that I do at the studio moving forwards. And I will see you in the next one.